Have you been dieting for years and wondering why maybe you can't lose any weight? No matter what diet you hop on, it doesn't work for you. Maybe it's your genetics. Maybe your body just isn't capable. Have you had these questions, or have you ever asked yourself these questions before and come up unsuccessful with all your dieting attempts? Well, chances are you more than likely have a slow metabolism. So we need to address what is a slow metabolism, why do we actually have it, and ultimately how can we identify if we do, and then what can we do to actually get past that. Have you ever wondered why you can't lose weight? Have you been dieting for maybe years? Maybe it's your genetics, maybe it's just because it's your family lineage. There's a whole host of other issues or excuses that we might place on why we can't lose weight. And in most scenarios, we see it come down to the metabolism. So how do you even know if you have a slow metabolism, and how can we identify it? So we first must figure out, do you have a slow metabolism? So in most scenarios, a lot of people have been chronic dieting for years. We've been hopping between, Weight Watchers, Noom, Whole30, intermittent fasting, counting our calories. The list can go on and on. There's a lot of diets out there. But ultimately, what is actually causing us to get our metabolism to be slow? Is it the diets, or is it how much we're eating? In most cases, it's because a lot of people eat very, very low calorie, right? There's this huge thing going on in the fitness industry where we feel like we need to be eating 1,200 calories to see any sort of results. And in most cases, 1,200 calories might get us some results, but over time, our metabolism adapts. And then eventually we hit a point to where we can't see any more progress. And at that point, we might still have 20 pounds to lose, 30 pounds to lose, maybe even 50 pounds to lose, but we're already eating so little. And what happens and what comes with eating so little is not just a slower metabolism, but also it comes with a lower libido, potential hormonal damage, right? A lack of energy. It comes with poor sleep, potentially poor digestion. There's so many other issues at play, especially when we're eating lower calorie, that not only has an effect on our metabolism, but it also has an effect on our internal health. And in most cases, people don't even know that their metabolism is slow. So we hop from diet to diet, low calorie solution to low calorie solution, and we get absolutely nowhere, right? So we are constantly fighting this losing battle. It's like we're spinning our wheels more or less. So we need to figure out, how do we actually not spin our wheels? How do we actually put ourselves in a position where we can not only boost our metabolism, but get our metabolism in a good spot to where we can actually start to see progress again? And in most cases, you just never take the correct approach to boost your metabolism. Everything that you've probably been doing up until this point is just down regulating your metabolism, and your metabolism is adapting to a lower amount of calories, right? Because our body wants to survive. Because we have to look at our metabolism as a thermometer. When we change the temperature in a room, say it's 70 degrees and we want it a little bit more chillier down to 67, when we pull it down to 67, what does your house's AC do? Your house's AC will then cool down the house. Your metabolism operates in a similar fashion. When we start to bring our food down, let's say you've been eating 2,200, you bring it down to 1,500, over time, your body's maintenance is going to adapt to that 1,500 calories. Meaning, if we're eating 1,500 calories for an extended period of time, over time, we're going to maintain weight and maintain our physique and body composition at that 1,500 calories. If we're just simply eating that much over time, our metabolism will adapt. Now, aside from just dieting and food intake, there are other factors at play that are down regulating your metabolism. So number one being, we live a very sedentary lifestyle. So when we are constantly sitting down, much like I am now, and we're not moving much, right? Our body doesn't require much, right? So for most people, it's easier to eat lower amounts of food when you're not moving, right? So for instance, especially with COVID and everything that's happened within the past 2 years, a lot of people are working sedentary jobs or even working from home, right? Most people, you just wake up in the morning, you crawl downstairs into your office, and then you crawl up for meals throughout the day, and then you crawl back up to bed, and that's sometimes most people's days, right? So with a sedentary lifestyle, we're not exerting that much energy throughout the day. So in turn, that causes us to eat less amounts of food. So aside from just dieting and food, even being sedentary, which is causing you to eat less, and over time, your metabolism will again adapt down to that lower amount of calories. Another key factor is you're not resistance training or lifting weights. So when it comes to our metabolism and metabolic rates, we want to make sure we are resistance training. Reason being, when we put more muscle on our frame, it's going to allow us to burn more calories at rest. So you can literally burn more calories and have a better metabolism by doing nothing, just by having more muscle tissue on your frame. So again, in order for us to be able to build good, lean, sustainable muscle, we have to obviously have some nutritional basics put in place, be resistance training, and another key component of that is making sure you're having enough protein throughout the day. So a good key rule of thumb is we always try to aim for about 0.8 to 1 times our body weight, depending on your lean body mass. If you have like 100 pounds to lose and your ideal weight's about 200 pounds, you should probably shoot for more closer to about 200 grams of protein. Other potential factors as well could be internal health issues that we're facing that could be in turn slowing down our metabolism. And this could be anything from our sex hormones to digestion to thyroid function, all that can be weighing in on potentially lowering our metabolism. When we have thyroid issues, it's gonna be very difficult for us to potentially lose weight. And when we have digestive issues, it's gonna be very difficult for us to be able to sometimes eat food because we might either always feel like we're bloated, always feel like we're full, have constipation issues or bowel movement issues, which all weigh in on our ability to effectively eat good amounts of food, which will then hold our metabolism at a good rate. So we touched on a lot of key aspects to why your metabolism might actually be downregulated and why you might be experiencing some issues with seeing some results. So we detailed some aspects on how to identify potentially if your metabolism is slow. So now you're probably curious, how do I boost it? How do I actually get it in a good position where I can start to see some results through? So we do have another video that will show you just that you'll be able to tap into and learn exactly how you can boost your metabolism to get the results you're looking for. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead, tap that subscribe button, let us know what you thought down in the comments, and then we will see you in the next video on how to boost your metabolism.